I'm going to show you YouTubers out there how to easily remove a old shock absorber from a 2000 F150 pickup truck in the rear. They have these lovely little bolts that like to get rusty, and there's nothing below underneath here to grab a hold of so you can pull and muscle the bolt off. So the idea is to cut it off, but you can't use a powered hacksaw because there's no room, and you can't use a die grinder of any kind or angle grinder because you can't get in there. So the idea is use a multi-tool. So this is an M18 fuel multi-tool or Omni tool made by Milwaukee, and I put on a carbide cutter. You see the teeth on it, a Bosch carbide cutter. And the idea is this will be able to cut through pretty well through pretty much almost any kind of metal, even somewhat hardened metal. And this thing is pretty cool. It's got a lot of power. I'm using a very high-end power source for it. So, and I'm using it 12 setting for maximum oscillation frequency to cut through. So we'll give it a try and see how this works. All right, so as you can see, we took out the spare tire to get at this. But as you can see, this is the chronic problem with most shocks that just have a piston rod threaded nut on the top. There's really nothing really good to get a hold of, even with plumber's wrenches or vice grips and things like that. So what you need to do is cut it off. Don't cut down here, because that will keep it, it'll still be attached. What you want to do is cut through the rubber grommet above it with the multi-tool. And here we go. Okay, after about 1 minute of cutting, it blasted right through, as you can see. And now you can remove the upper piece and remove the shock mount much easier. You want to make sure you use a carbide blade. I think a carbide blade is probably the best. It'll go through multiple cuts. This one is still pretty sharp, and it went through the other ones, so you can do that multiple times. One thing I would like to review about the Milwaukee Omni multi-tool is that if you push from behind down here, the friction will actually melt the edge of the battery, which is kind of a design flaw. So if you get a hold of it from the wrong angle, you can start to melt just because of how hard this vibrates. So one thing to watch out for when you're using a battery operated multi-tool, even a high quality one like made by Milwaukee. So anyways, that's an easy way to get them off. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this helps with people with a lot of frustration at hard to reach upper shock mounts. So it should work for most trucks or any other car that has a single upper piston rod style design. So anyways, good luck. Hope you enjoyed.